In a row, the Chicago Bulls can officially say they are on a winning streak, defeating the Charlotte Hornets in this game at home, 111 to 110. We're gonna talk about it, break it all down, but you know what that means? We get to play the winning intro.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
I see red, I see red, I see red, I see red, yeah, I see red, I see red, I see red, I see.
The Chicago Bulls get their third win in a row, this time led scoring-wise by DeMar DeRozan with 29 points, going 8 of 20 from the field. Nikola Vucevic also has it cooking, getting a 20 and 12 night from Nikola Vucevic with also 3 assists, 1 block in this game. But Kobe White, again, making 3 three-pointers in this game, 19 points from him, going 3 of 7 from three-point range, 6 of 16 overall. Not the most amazing shooting night from Kobe White, but he also gets 9 rebounds, 5 assists in this game. Alex Caruso gets 12 points in this game as well. Patrick Williams gets 8 points, but he also fills the stat sheet in other places. 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 3 turnovers from Patrick Williams in this game. And then you also got Iota Sumu, 8 points coming off the bench. Torrey Craig with another 6. Andre Drummond with 7 and 9 rebounds from Andre Drummond. But this was a game in which the Chicago Bulls came out shooting 48% from three-point range, taking 25 three-pointers this game. And that's something that we talked about in today's daily episode as well. It's not necessarily just the volume going up, but taking the right three-pointers, and that's what the Bulls did in this game. It was a little bit of a rocky start for the Chicago Bulls, even though the Bulls in this game won every single quarter but the fourth quarter. They actually lose the fourth quarter 36 to 28. The game was kind of answered by then, but you know what it is. You don't want to see the Bulls have that kind of discrepancy in the fourth quarter. But the Bulls get 18 points off turnovers in this game, which was good to see as well. The Chicago Bulls also win the rebounding battle 57 to 42, which is important. We get 44 points in the paint, even though outscored by the Charlotte Hornets 52 to 44. In that case, the Bulls also get 16 second chance points and 13 points off fast breaks. They're the Chicago Bulls in this game. So listen, it was a fun game to watch if you guys watch it. Started off a little bit rocky. Me and BKR Sport were actually talking in the DM on Twitter about kind of the rough start to the Chicago Bulls, and he was not that I wasn't concerned about it either, because I was, but I was hoping that it was just like, you know, dusting off maybe some rust after being off for 3 days. Maybe that was the case. But, you know, in this game, Gordon Hayward, to his credit, 27 points from Hayward, 25 from Terry Rozier. Brandon Miller gets 12 points in this game, but a large part of nothing. They only go 8 deep in this game overall. PJ Washington with 9 points off the bench, and McGowan's with 5 points off the bench. We even got to see Julian Phillips early in this game. In the first half, he only ends up playing 6 minutes. Dalen Terry 3. But hey, the Bulls get a win, and we are continue to seeing possibly Zach LaVine's trade value just keep falling, just with the way that the Bulls are playing without Zach LaVine. Now 3 games in a row, 3 wins in a row without Zach LaVine, all wins. So, you know, for those that say or had questions about what Zach LaVine's trade value was going to be, or if he impacted winning, this recent win streak by the Bulls does nothing to add more questions to that. So we'll see what that means for the team overall. But hey, listen, I'm glad to see the Bulls getting wins. I'm glad how they're getting these wins. I'm also glad who's contributing in these wins as well, which is a big part for the Chicago Bulls. It's been fun to watch. And hey, it is what it is. The execution wasn't perfect. It wasn't what it's looked like the last couple of games for the Chicago Bulls, right? We didn't have that type of performance that we've just been seeing from this team lately. But still, we did enough to win the game, you know, and it is what it is. Turnovers, a little sloppy, 16 turnovers from the Bulls in this game. But I'm hoping that that's just some rust from being off from the extended amount of time. Let's hope that this team gets back to playing the way that they can play, right? And the heart that we saw them play with, the execution, that's going to be a big part for this Bulls team as well. But, hey, as of right now, you got to be excited, got to be happy that this team is getting dubs. And, you know, who's contributing in these games, like, Kobe White didn't shoot the ball effectively at all tonight, 6 of 16. But listen, the 9 rebounds, 5 assists, the number of charges he drew in this game as well, just all important for the Chicago Bulls to come in here, be able to get this win at home. Defensive rating overall in this game, 99.7. Keep in mind, average defensive rating is 110. The lower number is better. So the Bulls came in here and played solidly enough defensively. Was it pretty? No, it wasn't a pretty game by any stretch of the imagination, but they got the win. And that was the big part of it. That's the important part of it. But let's see how you guys are feeling in the building. Mr. Hills in the building says, happy we won, but a little disappointed with the execution. It was sloppy game, basically the entire game, except for the stretches the Bulls capitalized on. Agreed. And that was for both teams, right? 3-0 without Zach. But DeMar was still annoying me this game. I mean, listen, DeMar, it wasn't the type of game like last game with DeMar, right? Where he kind of found his spots as the game went on. He did more facilitating. It wasn't necessarily that type of night for DeRozan, but let's not act like it was. I mean, it was bad shooting night overall. We shot the ball 42% from the field as a team, but he also chips in 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block from DeMar DeRozan. He was plus 17, highest plus minus of anybody on the court today. So, you got to look at that as well. Everything finna go back to normal when Zach comes in. Watch. Well, hopefully Zach's watching this, right? And the thing is that as a player who's sitting there and watching your team really thrive without you on the court, hopefully you realize that you need to come in and execute, right? And like I said, that does nothing but help Zach LaVine for his trade request and him going to a different location. You want Zach LaVine to play better. So we got Shay in the building. Also says, great defense by Patrick Williams. I'm so proud of Nikola Vucevic with how he was hustling. Hey, this was a game in which, especially once they said Mark Williams was out in this game, you wanted to see Vooch come in and be able to take care of business because they just didn't have anybody really the depth at the center position to really give Vooch fits. And, I was worried about that coming into this game if Vooch was going to take care of those opportunities. And he really did. He did in this one. We should have lost this game. Sloppy play. I think if LaMelo and Martin were in, we probably would have lost. I'm curious to know how much the lead decreased each time DeMar came back in. Well, that's why I said DeMar had the highest plus minus, but it was sloppy for both teams. So just to say, well, if LaMelo would have played, the Bulls would have lost. Well, if Zach LaVine would have been in there, yeah, you would think that, that's going to help the Bulls as well. We didn't have some of the ticky-tack things, so, it is what it is. The Bulls, for a team to win a sloppy game, I think is important as well. You want to be able to win some of those games that aren't the prettiest, and that's what the Bulls did today. Sam from Maryland says, listen to the commentary team going in on Miles Bridges' domestic violence was so random, yet made my day. Hey, this commentary team holds nothing back, nothing. Trent Baker in the building says, Patrick Williams does a lot of good stuff that doesn't come up on the stat sheet. Go, Pat. Hey, Pat had a good night tonight as far as just contributing to the Chicago Bulls coming in and getting wins. He absolutely did. Outside of just shooting the ball, which he didn't shoot. Like I said, I don't hold it against a player when, he goes 3 of 6 from the field. I would have liked him to see more shots taken, but it is what it is. The rebounds, the steals, the block shots that he contributed. P. Will absolutely was coming in there and executing really well. And I like to see that from Patrick Williams. Then Enriquez says, still go Patrick Williams. Absolutely. Zach to the Pistons, that LaVine Bogdanovich combo going to be crazy. Well, no, I think just to make the salaries work, if the Pistons were to trade for Zach, Bogdanovich would have to come to the Chicago Bulls. They just don't have a lot of other big salaries to match Zach LaVine's 40+ million. So Bogdanovich would probably be a Bull in that case. Imperfect Kingdom says, let's go. What's going on, fam? Glad to have you in the building, man. Hey, by the way, I didn't get the shirt. Did you send them out yet? I haven't gotten them yet. I've been trying to make sure I can look out for them, but I haven't got them yet. Vaughn says, hey, bros, I need the link to that hoodie. Hey, oh, no. I'm not. I'm not sharing this one. Listen, y'all gonna have to, I told y'all, I don't get anything exclusively, but I get some shit early. This is something that I was blessed enough to be able to get early. I think it's available now. Usually, so this is what they do, right? And by the way, this is so when you guys have your brands and you start getting brand deals, this is what I've noticed. They send me shit early and they say, hey, we got something coming out. We got something coming to you. It's not out in stores yet. Make sure you can wear it as soon as possible. They say that because by the time it comes to me, it's out. So it's like, yeah, I get stuff early, but people don't really know I get it early because by the time I get it, it's already available on the website. I need you to send it to me about a week and a half early. That way I can actually flex and wear it for a week before people can know where I got it. No, but it's available. It's on Lids. This is where I got this from. But shout out to my connect over at Lids. I did get this one early. I think this actually went live on their website the day that I got it in the mail. We haven't had a game. Otherwise, I would have been able to wear it earlier in the week. So that's why I wore it for the first game. I did get this one early, though. This is fly. You should see the back of it. I'm not going to turn around so you can see the back, but the back is even flyer. I love this. So this has instantly become one of my favorite hoodies. But all right, let's keep it pushing. Let's go Bulls. All I want for Christmas is the link to that hoodie. That's funny. Hey, Didn't enjoy watching this game when DeMar was on the floor. I still feel like Zach works better than DeMar does, but it's worse when DeMar and him are on the court. I mean, listen, the way that the Bulls are playing right now should theoretically fit the way that Zach LaVine fit his skill set. And it's unfortunate that now when we start unlocking that it's when Zach LaVine basically wants out. I mean, it sucks. Yo, good win tonight, y'all. Hope you had a great day, Haize. I love the way our offense is trending. Even when we have isolation moments, our offense isn't nearly as stagnant as prior. Yeah, definitely. And, the thing is, isolation is always going to be part of basketball. It just is. That's what the modern day basketball. Isolation is always going to be part of that, but it's how you use isolation, right? I think also when a player does isolate, you still want to move without the ball. For so long, it wasn't just the isolation that was the problem. It's the fact that when we did isolate, nobody moved. And so it allowed the defense to really set in, and it made it more difficult for the offense to run at that point in time. So, we're seeing that definitely change. Kobe taking those charges. We need to send him a sternum protector for Christmas. That's crazy. That's wild. But hey, that's what I sent her too. Man, is Kobe turning into an all-star level player? I mean, I think we need to see a little bit more from him to say that, but it seems like it may be trending that way. That's for sure. Eric Soto says that hoodie. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. And it's soft too. This is one of the most comfortable hoodies I own now. Instantly, one of the most comfortable hoodies I own. Shay in the building says, happy birthday, N-word. How was your birthday? Much love to you. My birthday was cool, man. It was pretty solid. Let's see. Bro, this is insane. I love my Zach LaVine, though, but, bro, time to roll. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it sucks. It definitely sucks. Carter looks lost out there. He definitely hasn't found his true role with the team yet. Once he does, I feel like the team actually has some true depth, and LaVine trade for more depth only furthers it. I mean, that's a good point there, especially only getting depth in the building. We got Brandon L. Jet in the building. Says, happy belated birthday again, Haize. Thanks for the kind words yesterday. Thank you, Brandon L. Jet. And y'all make sure y'all give Brandon L. Jet happy belated as well. Me and him actually share a birthday. Both of our birthdays were yesterday. Give some love for Brandon L. Jet. Three-game win streak. Let's go. I mean, listen, it's good. It's really good to see this team perform the way that it's been performing. That's for damn sure. There's something in my beard. What's in my beard? You sure it's just not my blonde hair? Is my blonde hair showing? Because that's what it is sometimes. I don't see nothing in my beard. We got to use the athleticism we have. Facts. We have athleticism on this team, and you want to see this team definitely run and use their young athletic players. And when we do that, listen, you don't want to run just to run. And I think for a lot of basketball fans, when they hear run, they think run and gun. They think do the old school Phoenix Suns. That's not necessarily the case. You want to play with pace, and to play with pace, you have to also get out in transition, by off rebounds, steals, play solid defense, right? Get those type of things. That's what you need. What's going on, Auntie? Glad to have you in the building. You tripping on DeMar, he be hooping. No, I mean, listen, DeMar, like I said, in this game, I know a lot of people complained about it, but it's not as bad to me the way that DeMar, don't get me wrong, there were moments of it as well. And like I said before, I think a lot of people also think it's isolation just when DeMar automatically has the ball. And that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes it looks like isolation because the team is not moving without the ball. And that definitely plays a part in it. What up, bro? Kelder probably thinks the Bulls are winning because of his commentary in the group. Hello, LOL. Joking. Great win, though. Let's go. I mean, listen, it comes down to it. Kelder is a special case. He's a special case. So how dare those hoodie merchants make Haize seem like regular people? Hey, how dare you? That's what I'm saying. How dare you? Can't send me something and say, hey, we're sending you out something early. Haize, check your mailbox. It's on its way to you. You'll be there in a couple of days. And then by the time I open the package, it's already on the website. That doesn't make me feel good. No, I'm just listen, I've been blessed to be in this place, honestly, that I'm just appreciative of everything, right? That's it. I'm appreciative of everything that I have, everything that I've gotten, everything that this show continues to be and grow into. I'm extremely proud of it, man, and it means the world to me. Aiden's Bull Show. Shout out to Aiden. Says happy birthday, fellas. Thank you, Aiden. We appreciate you, brother. Glad to have you in the building. Javier says, I found the link to that hoodie. Good. I'm glad you found it because I ain't giving it. I wasn't giving it yet. You had 7 days before I give out the link to this hoodie. They gonna stop sending you. No, they ain't that. Listen, one thing that I've realized too in this is that I have made myself a living marketing tool, right? Because I wear so much Bulls gear that there's no other podcaster that wears as much different Bulls gear as I do. Like, period. There's not another YouTuber or podcaster that wears as much Bulls gear as I do. So listen, they can stop sending me shit. They're missing out on free marketing because I tell you what, ain't too many people rocking gear like Haize does. So I mean, if that's what you want to do, if you want to limit your own marketing goals, like more people will see me wearing a hoodie than what it would be on their website. That's just it. I think maybe if the Bulls pay more attention to the scouting report each game and personnel, DeMar can pick and choose his isolations a bit better. So he's a bit more of that makes sense. Target defenders. Well, I think so. Yes, you want to use isolation in a specific way, right? Like there's always going to be a part of isolation. But like I said before, sometimes DeMar isn't necessarily isolating, but it does look like isolation because the players aren't moving without the ball. And so that's one thing that we had gotten away from the 2 games prior to this. And, even with Steve-O when we did the roundtable, and I know a lot of you guys killed Steve-O for being negative. One of the things that you did hear from Steve-O is like, hey, I don't know if this is going to be sustainable from this team because we've seen this team before. Like when they get an opportunity, they default back to the same things they did before. So, and you see a little bit of that, and hopefully it changes. And we continue to see this team just play and operate in the way that they have prior to this. They need to get back to it. Let's hope that this is a wake up call for this team in a way in that sense. Because listen. This should have been a game that the Bulls won by 20 plus points. I'm not going to hate on the team at all. Like I'm super happy that this team won this game. And this was a game that they should have won when you look at the story and the way that the game went. But one thing that I do have to say and give the team critique for is that you shouldn't have been in this situation. You should not have been in this situation because you should have been able to execute it in a much better way, more consistently to keep it. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring up the guy, since everybody found it now, I'm going to bring up the hoodie so everybody can see the back of the hoodie. Hold on. Where'd my shit go? There we go. All right, look. That's the hoodie. There you guys go. There you go. Look, they even got it on sale now. Ain't that some shit? You send me some shit and then it goes on sale. But the back of this hoodie is fire. Fire. There's a Bulls logo up top here. You can't see the Bulls logo because they got the hood back. But yeah, this is one of my favorite pieces I own now. It just is. Because that hoodie's fire. So yeah, there you go on that one. Official CBC merch, please. So actually, we are working on that. I'm pairing up with Eve's Instruments. He's going to be basically taking care of the shipping and manufacturing on that. We'll be having those links out to you guys shortly. But yeah, we are officially launching the easier way to get Chicago Bulls Central merch. So there you guys go on that one. I actually want to develop a episode 1000 special edition shirt as well, since we're coming up on 1,000 straight days, but it is what it is. Let's see what we got. Caruso is a glue guy. He's a star in his role. Listen, Alex Caruso absolutely could and probably should be an all-star this year, right? When you look at how bench players can get in there, Caruso could. There may be a case to be said. I just put the link to the hoodie in the chat, y'all. So there you guys go. You guys all can get the hoodie now. There you go. Now we're gonna all be looking the same. We all gonna have the same goddamn hoodie on. But hey, it is what it is there. But let's see what we got here. In my opinion, Debo should focus on knockdown shot more than trying to absorb contact, trying to get a foul. Well, I don't think Debo necessarily tries to get a foul. I think he tries to use his pump fake to create separation at times. But look, at the same time, it's worked for him. And DeMar probably isn't going to change his stripes anytime soon. Haize, I like the fact that Alex Caruso is playing tough out there, but I really would have preferred him to come back in the Milwaukee Bucks game on Monday. Listen, again, he did get hit today, and I am quite sure he's probably not going to play Friday against the Spurs. They even said it on the commentary how Alex Caruso got hit in the thigh. The adrenaline probably kept him from feeling it. Best believe Alex Caruso is going to be sore as hell in the morning. I expect Alex Caruso is going to sit out sit out Friday against the San Antonio Spurs. And that's just something that I expect at this point in time. Do you have coordinating socks? No, I have the hat with the metallic Bulls logo on it, and I grabbed the wrong one coming to do the live stream. Otherwise, you guys can see. If you guys want to see the metallic hat too, I can go get it. You guys got to let me know in the comment section. I have to pause the live stream, but then I can go get it and you guys can see the whole actual fit as it was meant to be. So Brian in the building, he says, hey, Haize, what's going on, Brian? Glad to have you in the building, brother. Let's see. Are you impressed with Caruso's improved offense? Absolutely. Right. Because what I think people think that sometimes it's easier to be so intense on the defensive side of the ball, but still give a lot offensively. We're seeing Alex Caruso's defense has not taken a step back at all, but the offense is so much improved. We're talking about a player that I believe last time I checked is like top 5 in the NBA in 3-point shooting percentage, right? Not attempts, but percentage. And so like he stepped up offensively tremendously, but then it's still keeping that brand of defense. Is just that dog brand of defense has just been amazing to see. And so Caruso taking this step up has been huge and important for the Chicago Bulls, and hopefully he can keep it going. Josiah is in the building. Says there were moments the Bulls reverted back to muscle memory when DeMar touched the ball. Everyone clears out, stand there to watch and work. Not necessarily DeMar's fault, but frustrating watch. Completely agree with you on that. I love that you said it's not necessarily DeMar's fault. That's the fact of the matter. It's not necessarily DeMar's fault that players don't stop moving without the ball once he has the ball, and it makes it look like he's playing in isolation. So it is what it is, man. Y'all getting money buying this Bulls gear? I must be broke. That's funny. That's hilarious. What's impressed you more this season, Caruso or Kobe? Honestly, I've been impressed by both of them. I think in different ways. Like seeing Kobe grow over the course of the first month and a half of the season to turn into what he's turned into, right? Because you saw it. Like people were saying, they were in this chat, oh, Kobe shouldn't be starting. He shouldn't be the point guard. He shouldn't be this. Kobe's the weak link. And now you're seeing that he's growing to a point to where not only is he operating the offense at times, because they still don't go to the offense room all the time, but like understanding how and where to pick his spots, hitting the big shots for the Chicago Bulls, still bringing that brand of defense that he really showed a lot last season. So we're seeing that type of stuff from Kobe White as well, and it's been really good. All right, I'm gonna go get the hat, y'all. Hold on, pause the stream real quick. Give me 1 second. Just rain down. All right, so there goes the hat. You see the hat? The light makes it. There you go. You catch it right. So you're all metallic at that point in time. Like it's a really nice fit. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And then they got out the special edition Jordans that actually have the metallic. They're Jordan 6 rings, the metallic side pieces on it. I gotta get it now. I gotta get that. It's gonna all the whole fit is gonna be excellent the next time I go to a Bulls game. There you go. We need a point guard. Kobe is taking Zach's place. I wouldn't necessarily say that that's the case. It depends on how they build the team, right? They may not get a true point guard, like a setup half. There's not a lot of those in the NBA. So I think Kobe, yes, can be a replacement for Zach as far as shots per game, but I think he can still do that from the point guard position. It really depends on what kind of makeup of the team you do going forward. Haize, do you think Kobe is becoming better than Zach? In my opinion, yes, but I would love to hear from you. I can't say that yet. Like, as much as Zach has had issues, I can't say that yet. I wouldn't ever be able to say that Kobe's at the level of Zach LaVine yet. Because keep in mind, Zach LaVine, I know that he hasn't been that for a while, but at one point was one of the most efficient scorers in the NBA. And so Kobe White, the efficiency we haven't seen yet, right? He can put up big numbers, don't get me wrong, and he can absolutely fill it up. But I also don't think Kobe has turned into the 3-level scorer Zach was either. Like Kobe can create separation in the mid-range. He can get to the rim at times, but he's never going to be like the penetrator that Zach LaVine has been at times in his career. So, it is what it is there, but that doesn't mean that he still can't have a similar impact. Archangel says, except in the game last week, DeMar had the ball and people started to move without the ball, and DeMar yelled at Patrick and send him back to the perimeter. Made me wonder. I mean, hey, you're fair to ask that question, right? I guess we got to see it be consistent and see what it's going to turn into for this team, but it is what it is there. Chris Dunn and Luka getting into it today. That's crazy. Shout out to them. I mean, listen, Chris Dunn, and shout out to Chris Dunn for being able to get back into the league, right? There are some people that would have went through what Chris Dunn went through and then not been able to really make it back in the league and become an impact player. And, is he going to hit the highs that people maybe saw in him when he was drafted? Probably not. But he still definitely has turned himself into a player that can play in this NBA. So it's good to see. Patrick is starting to back cut people. I mean, Patrick Williams is like, it's just moving without the ball. Moving without the ball. That's it. That's it. Low key, I like the duo of P. Will and Craig on the floor at the same time. It gives them that size we need for certain matchups. Yeah, and Billy Donovan used that at times earlier in the season. That was before Patrick Williams really started playing in the way that he has now. So yeah, get more of that. Looking out there, I like seeing Julian Phillips get some early minutes as well. He's still kind of uncontrolled at times, but it is what it is there. Like you got to play these guys minutes to really kind of start figuring it out. And that's one thing I think we're seeing from these young players is they're starting to figure it out with all the shots that are going around as well. Had they traded for Gobert last season, they wouldn't have had this many issues. Would have still had issues, but not that. Oh no, it would have been even worse issues. Like the trading for Gobert, first of all, would have never happened. We never would have been able to match the deal that they got for Rudy Gobert. But like, we got to stop thinking you could just get a defensive-minded center here and it just fixes everything. The spacing would have been even worse than what the spacing has been. And so, no, it wouldn't have done anything positive for the Bulls. We still would have rounded up right where we are right now. I get into it with Luka too if he dropped a 29-point triple-double on me at halftime. Hey, listen, losing NBA game by what did they end up being? 50 points is wild. Like that's crazy. You got whooped by 50 points in an NBA game. That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. Bruh says, you think Zach will fit with this new play style when he gets back? I think that he can. I think that this new play style is a play style that absolutely can suit and fit Zach LaVine's skill set. But the biggest question is, will it? Like, will it? It can on paper, but it doesn't always work out in reality. Rusty Kid 18 says, to me, it seems like now that we don't have to allow Zach to get his 17 shots off a game, the ball is moving better. And if we need that ice, so DeMar got it with the shooters around him to hit a three. I think, yes, it definitely plays a part. And I think like you're seeing those 17 shots be spread out. And so when everybody's touching the ball, everybody's getting a handful of shots, everybody's more engaged, everybody's more involved, right? And so, sometimes having a core 3 group of players, it helps other role players kind of fit in their role better. But I think when you have young players that are trying to establish themselves, what we're seeing is having a system that's more built around everybody getting 10 to 15 shots. It's helping their development along faster. And, that's not to say that had we done the similar thing last season, people would have been in position, because it also comes with confidence. I think this was the right season. Kobe used the last 2 seasons to grow defensively, grow in everything else other than really scoring. And now we're seeing that confidence come back in his scoring ability. And so it's coming at the right time, definitely coming at the right time, which is exactly what she said as well. So, yeah. GFP in the building says, wild to think that Jimmy trade was centered around Dunn and LaVine. Larry ended up as all-stars and Dunn fighting for roster spots. Well, keep in mind, it wasn't even centered around Dunn and LaVine. It was centered around Dunn. Keep in mind, the Bulls almost traded Jimmy Butler for the chance to draft Chris Dunn outright. It just would have been a Jimmy Butler for Chris Dunn's draft rights pick. So then, because of how things went on, they ended up needing Zach LaVine for salary filler, and then of course you wanted a first round pick back, right? So it's crazy to think how that trade could have gone down. Like we could right now be talking about a team in the Chicago Bulls that traded Jimmy Butler for just Chris Dunn, and now imagine where this team would be at. Imagine where this team would be at if that was the case. That would be crazy. Good night, Haize. Kobe and Vooch had a double-double. Is Kobe White that player? Let's not forget the blocks P. Will had, Paul. See Red, we need a 7-game winning streak. I mean, listen, I definitely think that we can make it 4 games because I think the game against the San Antonio Spurs is a very winnable game as well. So we'll look out for that. It wasn't a double-double by Kobe White. He didn't get that 10th assist. He only had 9 assists. So there you go on that one. But listen, love to see the game from Vooch as well. Love to see it. Love to see it. We just right now, we need to continue working and winning. That's what we need to do as a team right now. Working, getting wins, playing, competing. That's what we need to see from this team. Listen up, y'all. A player like Rudy Gobert is 2 years away from being a bench center, just like Andre Drummond. You do not want that as your starting center. Exactly. Like people keep thinking, like it's just like somebody a week ago was like, "Oh, imagine had we done that Jeremy Grant trade, we wouldn't be here." What? Okay. MC Season says, what do you say to someone who says this wasn't a good win, showing because they struggle putting up points against the worst rated defense in the NBA? Here's what I'll tell you. Welcome to sports. This isn't 2K. This isn't where you can just simulate and because things work out, you just get a win. This is the actual NBA. And so anybody can win on any given night. The Bulls didn't shoot the ball extremely efficiently from the field. We also played sloppily. We did. But those are wins that you want to get too. You want your team to be, these are character building wins. You wanted your team to be able to win the ugly games. And if they're able to do that, that's when you get started getting and being able to build off that. If teams are only able to win the games that just go smoothly, you're losers, right? So no, you want the teams to be able to still find a way to win games that aren't necessarily the prettiest. It's Seaway's World says it was a good game, but we were back to playing down to our competition and being sloppy. Kobe almost had his shit, lost his shit at Drummond, too, for daydreaming and not running the play. Happy belated birthday, Big Sads. Thank you, Seaway's World. And here's what I'll say. I like that Kobe did get on Drummond. Kobe White, not only are we seeing Kobe White develop on the court, right, in his on the court skills, we're seeing Kobe White develop as a leader. And that's something that's hugely important as well, as you're maybe going into the next phase of your team where you don't have a player like Zach LaVine, who was never really a leader on the court, but you want to see that start developing for players. And Kobe's really thriving in that role, As great as Luka is, he's so freaking annoying now. Don't know if I could watch him regularly. Huge whiner. Hey, Luka, like he does whine a lot, but I tell you what, he also gets you some wins. So it is what it is. I'm saying it was centered around Dunn, while the other two actually ended up being much better players. That's why. Oh yeah, for sure. That's crazy. Yeah, that's definitely crazy to think that the Bulls almost would have absolutely torpedoed us even worse, right? Spike Boy says, I don't know, Haize, Pop is a better coach. Yeah, but look at how many games that Spurs team has lost to much worse teams and worse coach teams. So I'm just saying, it's still a winnable game. Is it also a chance that Billy Donovan gets completely outcoached in that game and the Bulls get waxed? Yeah, that's definitely a chance for that as well, too, right? So okay, look, I understand that people say the Spurs are a bad team, but at the same time, they have Greg Popovich and the generational talent, so they could win the next game. So do not take them for granted. Oh yeah, for sure. You can't ever take a Greg Popovich team for granted. Like I truly believe that Greg Popovich could take a team full of undrafted rookies, right? At all from pick the 15 worst undrafted rookies and put them on the team with Greg Popovich, and they're going to win way more games than you expect just because he's that good of a coach. Let's Talk Bulls says, Bulls fans, why can't we win a game? We suck. Also, Bulls fans, well, we only beat a bad team. We still suck. Oh, facts. Bulls fans, like it is what it is. We're unsatiable people. Like that just is what it is. Let's see what we got here. EG3 TV says, I'm really happy for Kobe this season. He's really stepped up big for us. Kobe's growth has been amazing to see the growth that Kobe White has had as a player and as an individual and as a leader. It's really good to see that. So, it is what it is in that one. For real, a dub is a dub. Yep, that's it. MC says low assist output from DeMar and Kobe tonight. Kobe had 9 assists. That's not low output. So I don't know what you're talking about with Kobe. He had nine. Oh no, he had 9 rebounds, 5 assists. My bad. Correct myself. I was wrong on that one. I mean, listen. The way that the game was going, though, is that the turnovers that we had, you're not going to get a high assist game when you have that many turnovers. So, G God is gone. Says, shout out to Julian Phillips for his 2 points. All points are good in my book. That's funny. I'm just glad he was out there getting minutes, man. Haize, do you want to see more Julian Phillips and Dalen Terry than Torrey Craig and Javon Carter? Not if we're trying to win basketball games. Like, it's just, I'm sorry, just no. Like, I want to see them get minutes where it makes sense, right? I'm glad that Billy Donovan actually let Julian Phillips get in the game in the first half of the game. But listen, if we're still trying to compete for basketball games, then no, you want Javon Carter and Torrey Craig to play in those games. Got to play Craig and Pat together against Wemby. I mean, listen, it's going to be really fun to see how the Bulls guard Wemby. Now, as long as Jeremy Sohan is their point guard, he's going to make a lot of mistakes too. So it is what it is there. Pop's going to lead a G League team to 25 wins versus NBA teams. Facts. Absolutely facts on that one. George says, I wouldn't say our offense was the best, but at least we had the lead most of the game and won. I would have been more angry if we lost this game. Facts. And, keep in mind, too, like the Bulls they won every quarter, but they got outscored by 8 in the fourth quarter. If that didn't happen, if the Bulls kept up the pace and the defense that they played in those other quarters, we're talking about a 20-point win easily. But yeah, they couldn't score for stretches in that fourth quarter, which was very, very frustrating. Very frustrating. Sit Zach until he gets traded. Hopefully we can get some draft capital or young stud in return. Well, that's going to torpedo your trade value. And it's always been said the best situation right now for all parties involved is to get Zach LaVine back on the court and playing well. That's what you want to see ideally. Now, is that going to happen? We'll see. We'll see. Keep in mind, assist numbers don't always reflect the actual ball movement. There were plenty of hockey assists out there tonight. Yeah, and that's also why I pointed towards the turnovers as well, right? Do you think Dalen Terry will eventually find a role on this team? I like how Billy is giving Julian Phillips some experience with the vets, even if it's just for 5 minutes. I mean, listen, Dalen Terry is hard to predict because right now it doesn't look like it. I'm just going to be frank with you. Right now, Kobe White doesn't look like Dalen Terry doesn't look like a player that's figuring it out. But that doesn't mean that it can't change. He's still extremely young, and so we'll see. We'll see. Haize, I've been following you for a couple of years. You've been the most consistent Bulls content creator, and you always keep it a buck. I appreciate you for real. Keep it going. From Creeley, I appreciate that, Creeley. Hey, listen, nobody has the consistency that I do, and that ain't a slight to anybody else. But like I've said before, it's a tall order to be more consistent than Haize at this thing. Maybe we can trade Zach for a solid power forward or backcourt and perimeter guys in place from Silk Ron. Listen, at this point, trading Zach LaVine isn't about positions. It's about getting the best talent back possible. We can figure it out after that, but you want to get the best talent possible. I don't care what position it is. Josiah says the Spurs are one of those teams that can sneak up on you if you come out flat. Wemby, Vassell, Johnson are all capable of having big nights, and Caruso may not suit up Friday. That's why I said, I do not expect Alex Caruso to play Friday. Just don't expect Caruso to play Friday. I'm fully expecting him to sit out Friday's game. Jordan says, wasn't exactly perfect tonight, but regardless, still happy we won again. Let's go. 3 in a row. Right there with you, brother. Right there. In tight because I'm in school and I have mad work and I can't always catch games, but people eye on Kobe been going crazy. Yeah, they're definitely been going really good. Reginald Short says, any chance that Justin Lewis figures out his shooting in the Windy City Bulls before the year is out? I mean, listen, he's coming back from ACL injury, and we've seen players at the NBA level take a year to come back from ACL injury. So I'm giving him that credit, right, to it a little bit. So Haize, are we tuning in to Locked on Bulls tonight? Yes, we will be doing Locked on Bulls right after this, brother. You and Pat, the designer, are my favorite Bulls content creators. Well, we appreciate that. We definitely appreciate that. What's good, Haize? Missed a few streams due to COVID. Well, I hope that you're recovering well and your family's well as well. Also, glad to be back for a dub. FYI, Kobe is on now saying he has a wrist injury and still shooting like this. listen, Kobe's a dog, man, and I really love what he's turning into. Bulls won on a 3-game winning streak. I'll take it. We started the season so bad, so Bulls fans need to stop crying. Again, Kobe is the next Agent Zero. That's his draft comp. I mean, draft comp, though, he's nothing like Gilbert Arenas. Their play styles are nothing alike. Yo, he's happy. Gilo Day, my boy. Love the young Bulls, but DeMar's slowing them up. He can't keep up with this pace. But Kobe, aka Baby Mama, a dog. Wow. But I wonder how will Zach look in this system. I mean, listen, that's the thing. Zach could look great in the system potentially. It just really is on how he wants to fit in it. Watching Vanderbilt play against Phoenix reminds me why I want him in Chicago. Yeah, but that's probably not happening. But I agree with you on that one. Haize, is your favorite podcaster's favorite podcaster to watch? That's funny. That's funny. I appreciate that. Off topic, but Yankees, I don't care about the Yankees. What the hell? I don't give a fuck about the Yankees. I barely care about the damn Cubs. Y'all make sensible analysis on Bulls. Hey, we really try, man. Pat can be a little wild at times, but hey. Will Sonogo get any minutes in the NBA this year? And will they stop putting OB as a point guard? OB hasn't played point guard, so I don't know where you're getting that at. Like, Batum has not played point guard. But Sonogo, I don't think he's going to get a lot of it. Hey Haize, I would be expecting more dick jokes from you if we can trade for him. Oh, absolutely. The dick jokes are going to be wild. The dick jokes are going to be wild. I can't believe how long it took to get a competent shooting coach. Seems to be making a huge difference. I mean, listen, like I've always said, don't expect the shooting coach to make a huge difference for 1 to 2 seasons. Like, if somebody who's always already a solid shooter like Kobe can have that impact. But also, I think we judge the Bulls on that. Most NBA teams don't have shooting coaches. So the Bulls weren't the only team that didn't have a shooting coach. Most NBA teams don't have shooting coaches. Did anybody hear somebody say you complain about the damn game too much? I wonder if he was talking to Billy. That's funny. I remember when I couldn't stand Kobe White a couple of years back. He has turned it around. Hey, this is what I was telling people. One of my first big videos on this channel was the Bulls would be crazy to trade Kobe White. And that was at a time where everybody was saying the Bulls should trade Kobe White. It is what it is. Grady dick is a sensitive topic for me. Your dick is sensitive? I mean, hey, listen, I understand that. Would have loved D Dickin Bulls if Zoe somehow came back after acquiring Grady. Wow. What are we doing here? And the big homie, well, he's been out with injury, so he hasn't been playing really for anyone. Play Kobe wife? Does Kobe have a wife? Are you talking about Kobe Bryant's wife? You want to see Kobe Bryant's wife play for the Chicago Bulls? That's wild, Shay. Putting it all together in this season, and this being his 5th season, that's why I don't think people should look to give up on Patrick Williams. Agree with you on that one, brother. Completely agree with you on that one. Lord Zobe says, I'm out too much dick. How much dick you giving up, brother? Like, that's crazy. You're out of too much dick. Yeah, you giving up a lot of dick in that case, bro. That's crazy, man. Hey, keep some dick for yourself. Keep some dick for yourself, man. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Like, start hoarding some dick. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I really don't know what to tell you. I can't understand some of these comments. Zach plays fast. He was at his best when he had fast point guard. So this play style is great for Zach. Yeah, this play style absolutely could be great for Zach. Absolutely. Big W's. I'm so happy. 4 games ago, we was in limbo, but we're all the way up. Blessings. I mean, listen, I don't know if we're all the way up. We're still an 8-14 team, but listen, I love the fact that the Bulls are definitely getting wins. Kobe White's confidence is out of the roof. That's for 100% sure. 100% sure. JDH, you eat stripper ass. Like, you really can't call anybody a whore. You go to the strip club and pay to eat public booty. Like, that's You can't call anybody a whore, bro. You are literally a man whore. You eat public ass. We're talking about public ass, not just community ass. Community is a small portion of the public. We're talking about public ass, meaning the same ass cheeks that everybody can see, touch, feel. You're eating those. You eating that ass, bro. Like you eat stripper ass. You can't call anybody a whore, bro. That's crazy. That's wild, bro. That's crazy. Why y'all talking about dick so much? I'm more of a pussy guy myself. Hey, listen, if somebody came in the NBA with the last name Pussy, do you think the NBA would make them change their last name? I just can't see that happening. Like, that's crazy. Could you imagine the NBA, somebody coming in the NBA and their last name being Pussy? That's wild, fam. That's crazy. That'd be crazy. That's wild. The prospect of that is wild. That's crazy. Oh, man. Eating public voices. These dick jokes are getting out of hand. The commentator's gonna have a field day. Dick for 3. No, you gotta go. You gotta. I'm telling you, the moment Grady Dick dunks on somebody, you gotta say, and he just got dick down. Like, you gotta say that. That is a call that you have to make. Like, you gotta call. That's why, listen, if we do trade for Grady Dick, I will start doing live calls. And I'm only doing live calls up until the point where I can say Grady Dick slammed on somebody, and I can say, and he just got dick down, and then I'm done. I'm retiring. Dick to the hole, dick from 3, dick from deep. What can dick do for you? Penetration from dick, like all those, I need to be able to say that. And once I'm able to say that, I'm done. Like, I'm done. Like, that's crazy. JDH says public ass is the best ass. That's wild, my guy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's wild. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's funny. Oh, man. Dick face. Oh my God. Because exactly. If he drains the 3 in somebody's face, dick with the facial. Like, you just come on, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, it's just like I gotta do it. I gotta be able to do it, bro. Like, at the end of the day, me getting into this game, me getting into this place, I would be passing up an opportunity to be able to say something like that and it be legit. No, man, come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. I can't. I gotta do it, bro. Like, it just is what it is. It is what it is. Like, I gotta be able to do it, bro. Like, it is what I may start Toronto Raptors Central just so I can live call and get that off, bro. Like, that's it. I'm gonna have 5 episodes and I'm gonna be done with it. That's it. This all started when I got my haircut last week before the Bucks game, and now I have a lucky haircut. I just realized that. That's funny. That's hilarious. Haize, you want some shit, bro? Listen, y'all know I'm not wound too tight. Like, I don't even know why anybody's surprised by this, man. This is crazy. Like, you already know what I'm gonna do. Like, that you can write home about it, bro. I'm going to literally do it. Like, it just is what it is. Dick from deep, dick to the rim, dick to the hole. You just got dick down. Like, it is, and I'm going to get a shirt made that says "You just got dick down" with a picture of Grady Dick going like this on it. I'm doing it. Like, if the Bulls trade for Grady Dick, the opportunities are wild. They're endless. And for somebody who's an asshole like me, it's not stopping. I'm not stopping it, man. It just is what it is. It is what it is. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop, bro. I'm sorry. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell I'm passing it up. Could you imagine? Could you imagine being able to say, "And Dick saves the game"? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. The crowd goes crazy for Dick. Like, come on, man. Like, what we doing out here, bro? Come on, man. Come on, bro. That's all I can say, man. You got to be able to do it. I'm not passing up an opportunity to be able to do that. I'm not. I don't care what nobody says. It is what it is. I literally was placed on this earth to be able to make jokes like that. That just is what it is, bro. Like, it just is what it is. Could you imagine an alley-oop from Lonzo Ball to Grady Dick? Like, the Dick and Ball game is crazy. Like, it's just wild, bro. Like, the Dick and Ball connection is wild. Like, that, like, you can't be able, like, you can't pass it up, bro. You can't be able to pass it up. You can't be able to pass it up. Dick on Fire is where y'all should draw the line. Well, Dick on Fire is going to be JDH if he keeps eating public stripper booty. Like, that's like you know JDH has pissed out a jalapeno pepper. Like, you just know that he has. It's absolutely happened before. There's no way in hell that you can convince me any different. JDH has pissed out a jalapeno pepper. Like, that man keeps antibiotics on standby because he got to. Like, if you eating strip ass, you gotta have that shit on standby. Like, you can't just go around eating strip ass, not having antibiotics on hand. Like, this man got shots of amoxicillin just sitting, fucking EpiPen. This dude got that vials of amoxicillin coming out of it. Like, he just does. You got to be able to get that antibiotics up, bro. Like, it is what it is there. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, bro. Like, that's wild, bro. That's crazy. Like, that sucks, man. Like, JDH is the only person I know that wears still enforced condoms. Like, JDH don't, like, he don't even feel it when he like it doesn't. That's why he eats ass, because it's like it is what it is. Like, it's crazy. JDH says, I've eaten it all. That's crazy. You ate man ass too? All right, Dwight. Shout out to you, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Like, here's the thing that I gotta ask you guys. So if let's say you guys are out kicking it with JDH, and JDH happens to take a sip out your drink, like, at what point, how drunk would you have to be to just keep the party going and drink behind JDH? Like, that's crazy, bro. Like imagine if JDH was a politician and kissed your baby. Like, we got to fight at that point in time, bro. Like, JDH is my brother for life. Make no mistake about it. JDH is my brother. But I swear for God, when I meet JDH in person, if he kisses my kids on the cheek, I got to kill him. Like, I love you, but now you have to die. I literally have to murder you, bro. Like, that just is what it is. Like, that's crazy. All right, y'all. I think we jumped the shark enough on this episode. I think it's time to go ahead and end the stream. That's crazy. That's wild. I appreciate you guys so much, man. I can't stress enough just how important you guys are, man. I apologize that I missed the halftime hangout. Had some stuff going on with my son. Literally, my son came downstairs tripping like 30 seconds before halftime, and I was just like, hey, bro, I'm not going to be able to do this halftime hangout. And then by the time I got done with my son, I think I would have had like 5 minutes before halftime ended. So I apologize, no halftime hangout. But listen, we'll be back on Friday for all 3 live streams, man. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys mean the world to me. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. We're still trying to push to get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the season. We just passed 16,000 subscribers, so we got 4,000 subscribers more to go before we get to 20,000 subscribers. Let's hope that we can get to it by the end of the season. But thank you guys. Make sure you guys are following the show at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, thanks to you guys. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all. And we go ahead and play that winning outro. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.
I see bread.